What's going on, guys? Marvin here. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about understanding ROI and margins, specifically when we're dealing with Amazon. Now, the first half of this video is going to apply to anybody who is dealing with investing in any sort of business, in their own business, dealing with investing and dealing with money. The second half of this video is going to deal with specifically Amazon sellers. So if you're an Amazon seller, make sure you stay until the end so that you can understand everything that I'm going to be talking about and how it applies to you so you can avoid all of these mistakes that a lot of people make. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so understanding ROI, return on investment, and margins. People often confuse these two terms even though they're calculated very, very differently, okay? So first we're gonna start with margin, and I'm gonna try to power through all of this stuff because it's a lot of information. So hopefully I can explain it well and we can get through it pretty quickly. Okay, so when we're talking about margins, there's a formula you're gonna follow, okay? And that formula is revenue minus cost of goods sold divided by revenue. Okay, so this is the formula for calculating a margin, okay, your profit margins. Revenue minus cost of goods sold divided by revenue. So let's apply this in a real life situation. So our cost of goods sold is $50, okay? That is what the product cost us to purchase. And we're gonna sell it for $90, okay? This is our revenue. So now you just subtract those two, which would leave us with $40 profit, and we would divide that by our revenue, okay? That is the formula for calculating a margin. So this particular situation would leave us with 44% margin. Okay, so this particular situation leaves us with 44% profit margin on our cost of goods, which was $50, okay? So now let's calculate ROI. Okay, so ROI, or return on investment, is calculated a little differently. This one's simpler. We're gonna do profit divided by cost of goods sold. Okay, so we're gonna do the same exact scenario. We have a product that we have for $50, sell it for $90, cost of goods sold, revenue, which would leave us with $40 profit. And we're gonna do profit divided by cost of goods sold, which is our $50 right here. So now when we're talking about ROI, it's gonna leave us with an 80% ROI, or return on investment. Big difference from our 44% profit margin, okay? So those are the two differences. Okay, so now let's talk about how this specifically applies to Amazon sellers and what Amazon sellers need to know that most people don't need to know. Make sure you stay until the end because I'm gonna break down two different scenarios that might open your eyes when you're doing product research and might, make you consider buying more products that you normally wouldn't. Okay, so now just talking about Amazon sellers, you're gonna need to know this formula instead. It's gonna be revenue minus cost of goods sold plus AMZ fees. So we have to remember to calculate our Amazon fees, okay? Amazon, just like any other business that has a platform like this, such as eBay, is gonna take their cut every time we make a sale. So then we would divide this by revenue. So we're gonna use the same exact formula as last time, and we're gonna see how this differs. So we have our cost of goods are $50, our revenue is $90, and Amazon is taking a $20 fee. Okay, so our cost of goods is $50, revenue is $90, and Amazon's gonna take a $20 fee. So we're just gonna plug these numbers in each of their places, okay? Which the final equation would be 70 minus 90, 20 divided by 90, which would leave us with a 22% margin. So now let's do the same exact thing with ROI. So you remember the original formula is profit divided by cost of goods sold will give you your ROI, or return on investment. So this is very similar, we're just gonna add the fees. So profit minus AMZ fees divided by cost of goods sold. So if we use the same exact formula, $50 cost of goods sold, and our revenue is $90 like last time, then we would just plug these numbers in here, which would leave us with $40 here. That's our profit from our cost of goods and our revenue. We put the $20 here for the Amazon fees, and then we divide by our 50. So that'd be $20 divided by 50, which would leave us with a 40% ROI. Okay, so that's the key difference in ROI and margin. Okay, so now I wanna do a little scenario so that when you're running into all these lists and all these products, and you have two different products to choose from, you choose the right investment for your business. Okay, so this is the scenario. We have two products to choose from. We've done all our product research, and we only have money to invest in one. And to keep it very, very simple, both of these products, we only have one unit. We have one unit to sell. Okay, so we're gonna try to keep it as simple as possible. So product A and product B, I've already done all the math. Product A, we bought it for $40, sold it for $60. Amazon took $12 for their fees, and we're left with an $8 profit, 20% return, okay? Product B, we have $20 cost of goods, our revenue was $32, that's what we sold it for. Amazon took $10 and we kept $2 profit with a 10% return. Okay, so at face value, we're selling one product, that's it, one of each. We have one product A and we have one product B. Which one is the better investment? Clearly, at face value, one product, this is the better investment, okay? Because we're gonna get more money. We're gonna get a bigger investment. So now we're gonna throw in the factor of time, specifically 12 months. 12 months. So what I mean by this is you have two products to choose from that you can replenish over and over and over again all year long. But you can only choose one. And again, to keep it simple, every time we sell one, we're only gonna replenish one, okay? We're not buying $2,000 worth or anything like that. We're selling one and we're replenishing it with one, to keep it simple, okay? So after throwing the factor in of time, we have 12 months. So which one is the better investment for the year? This one, product B, has a 1 month turnaround, and product A has a 3 month turnaround. So which one is the better investment? And I'm not talking about which one you're gonna have, which product you're gonna choose and have the most money at the end. I'm talking about strictly percentages as far as the return on your investment that you put up. Which one is the better product, okay? So at face value, 20% looks better than 10%, and a lot of people for some reason are scared to have a 10% return. I have no problems investing on products that I'm gonna get a 10% return. If it's a 10% return a month. If it's a 10% return in 3 months, then absolutely not, I stay away from that. But if it's a 10% return in 1 month and I can do it over and over and over again, why would you do that? You're not gonna get a 10% return on anything else that you invest in. So let's do the math. 3 month turnaround, and remember, we're not compounding it. We're only buying one, and then we're gonna replace it with one more. And we're gonna do that all year long. So to keep it simple, we can turn this over 4 times in 1 year. 4 times is for product A. We're gonna do 4 times 8, which would give us $32, which is a 80% return of our $40 that we originally spent, okay? Because we're only flipping it over one time. So we multiply it 4 times our $8 profit and we get 32 at the end of the year. So we have an 80% return, which is not bad. But let's do the same thing with this one. Okay, it's a 10% return and we get $24, which is 120% return. So when we factor in time, specifically 1 year, which is clearly the better investment, the 10% over the 20% because of the turnaround time, okay? If you have something that you can turn around every single month and it's a lower percentage, don't be scared off because you don't want a 10% return. If you've done your due diligence and you know the averages of all the sales data on Keepa, then you'll have no problem picking product B. Okay, product A is also good. If you can buy both, that's ideal. But if we have to pick one, which is the best investment? Which one are we gonna get the best return? Clearly, we're gonna get a better return because 120 return on our investment is better than an 80% return on our investment. Does that make sense? All right guys, that's it for this video. I hope I explained that very, very clearly. I might have talked a little fast. I just didn't want this video to run too long. I hope this helped you guys and I hope this clears things up when you're doing product research and you're finding different products to buy. All right guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys learned something and I'll see all of you guys in that next video.